Welcome, it's Denome, and welcome to This Week in Crypto. This week I noticed a big paradigm shift in the crypto markets, and for that reason I have slightly changed my trading strategy, and I will talk about that in this video. We will talk about the biggest news that happened in the past week, and at the end of the video I'll talk about some altcoins that have short to mid-term potential as well. So before I talk about the paradigm shift, I want to talk about the price of Bitcoin really quickly. So everybody knows we had this pullback from the top about $58,000 to $43,000 here. So that was about 26% drop in price, and we already had a bounce here. So we're currently down about 20%. And from here, if we can actually break through the orange resistance line, then we can probably see a little bit more consolidation here, test of the new all-time highs, then a pullback, and then a breakout through the all-time highs somewhere during mid of March. But if we actually fail here, then we can visit $40,000, and from there it's basically the same story. It doesn't really matter if we break through here or we go to 40k and then a bounce and then a test of the all-time highs, consolidation, and then a breakout here. So by the end of March, I think we will be headed towards new all-time highs once again. So we'll see how that goes. But this is not the paradigm shift. The paradigm shift, in my opinion, is actually altcoins. So there's basically two sides of this paradigm shift. The first is that if we take a look at the last 7 days, you can see that Bitcoin is down about 18%, while Ethereum is down 24%. So that's compared to Bitcoin, minus 7.5%. But other altcoins here on the top, the biggest altcoins, Cardano is actually up compared to Bitcoin. Binance Coin is basically the same as Bitcoin. Polkadot is slightly up. Chainlink is slightly down. Uniswap is basically the same. Aave is basically the same. Cosmos is the same. So all in all, altcoins did not drop too much when Bitcoin went down. And previously, when Bitcoin dumps, it usually means that altcoins dump much, much more. So altcoins are showing incredible strength against Bitcoin. That's basically the paradigm shift, in my opinion. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, which basically just shows how big of the market cap, but how big is the market cap of Bitcoin compared to altcoins, and it basically did not have any change in the last week. So altcoins are holding their ground. So for here, I think we're headed towards another altcoin season because the altcoins are showing incredible strength. Only the altcoins that are on the Binance Smart Chain and that are not big cap altcoins went down compared to Bitcoin. So that's quite interesting. And it's not that the Binance Smart Chain coins are less good than other coins out there. It's just that they'd had this incredible parabolic run already. So the pullback is also to be expected. But the pullback, to be honest, is a little bit more than I was expecting. So there's incredible opportunities in the Binance Smart Chain altcoin market at the time, at this time, in my opinion, because there's so much undervaluation in that market. But anyway, that's the first part, is the strength of the altcoins. But the second part of this paradigm shift is that institutions and investors are also seeing this. So altcoins are showing strength, and altcoins have real world utility now. So a lot of the investment is actually heading towards altcoin market, not towards Bitcoin. So that's quite interesting in my opinion. And right now, Binance Smart Chain is basically the first blockchain to show Ethereum that it is not the only king in the market, or there can be another king in the market as well. So the growth of Binance Smart Chain is quite nice, but it is not the end game, in my opinion. And now you have other smart chains out there that are more decentralized than Binance Smart Chain and have better transaction times and have lower fees than Binance Smart Chain. And I'm talking about Matic network. And you can see it went up by 1,100%. And if you have seen my videos in the past, this is platform, a blockchain that I've been talking about in the past as well. So it did really well here. And this month, Cardano will launch their smart chain capabilities and the Ethereum virtual machine. So you can run your Ethereum code, basically copy paste your Uniswap project to Cardano this month. So we'll see how that really happens. But for that reason, the price of Cardano has gone up significantly. I think this is a little bit overvalued already, or at least not near, or we don't know how good this is, but $40 billion market cap for a project that really doesn't have that much utility right now. Just the promise of utility is quite high in my opinion. So Cardano, I would not personally buy it. Same basically goes for Polkadot ecosystem as well. Really high numbers, but really doesn't have anything running on it yet. Just the promise of something running in the future. So these ones are a little bit too risky in my mind. But the play that I'm playing, or the game that I'm playing, or the strategy that I'm using is to actually buy the coins that launch on the Cardano smart chain when the smart contract capabilities actually run there. So you can see that Binance coin went up by 600% in the last 90 days. But if we take a look at PancakeSwap, it went up by 3000%. So there will be a PancakeSwap running on Cardano. There will be a PancakeSwap running on Matic network. There will be a PancakeSwap running on the CRO mainnet, which goes live this month as well. So for these coins, I think that is the play that I'm really interested in, is the foundational projects that run on different smart chains. And I think there will be many. It may be PancakeSwap that goes to Cardano or something else, we don't know yet. But whatever it is, my plan is to be there first. That's basically the strategy there. And by the way, CRO, they will launch their mainnet on 25th of March. And I don't know if they will have the smart chain capabilities up and running immediately or not, but I will talk about that also later on in this video and the token burn that happened there as well. Anyway, let's talk about the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So this is the chart that I showed in my previous video, which shows the wallet sizes that have more than 1000 Bitcoin. And this chart now had a reversal. So it is showing that whales are actually buying Bitcoin once again, or investing back into Bitcoin. So this is good, and it's just showing that the interest is back there. So this sell-off is probably done soon. That's just my opinion. I was looking at the Bitcoin reserves on exchanges, and it came down a little bit also, but I just want to make this video a little bit shorter because there's a lot of stuff that I have to cover. And this is basically the paradigm shift again. So $750 million fund is selling their Bitcoin to actually buy Cardano and Polkadot. So these new ecosystems that are competing with Ethereum are the big plays. And for me, or for the small investors, it is basically the protocols that run on these blockchains that are the big opportunities in my opinion. So anyway, this is the paradigm shift. Cardano, Polkadot, other smart chains are more interesting. Next, Cardano, and this is the reason why it has been pumping, is that they will have the Mary update going live on March 1st, basically today, and it will bring the ADA closer to the Goguen era, which is the smart chains and the Ethereum virtual machine capabilities and so forth. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, this is a huge thing. If this can happen this month, that will be quite bullish for the crypto markets and for the Cardano ecosystem as well. Next, Crypto.com, they made a report that shows that 100 million users are now on the crypto markets. So in total, it says that they estimate that there are now 106 million crypto users around the world in January, and it is a 16% jump in just 1 month alone. So 160 million crypto users, that's about 1.5% of the total amount of people on the planet. So 1.5%, it's not exactly that you are early, but you are right there before mass adoption. So mass adoption happens when about 25% of the world population is using crypto. So from 1.5% to 25%, that's about 20x move. So I think there's still quite a bit of upside for crypto markets going forward as well. But this is crazy adoption rate, like 16% increase in 1 month. That's pretty insane. So it's looking good. Crypto adoption is still here. Things are growing. That's of course what we want to see as well. But talking about Crypto.com, they burned 70 billion of CRO, basically 70% of their total supply. So now the tokenomics are a lot better than they were before. So this is one of the biggest criticisms I had against CRO, is that they had too much supply, so or too much inflation and too much centralization, and they basically burned the CRO to make it more decentralized and to make the tokenomics better as well. And they promised never to do this, and it was a little bit annoying, and they always referenced that they did not want to burn any CRO because of regulatory scrutiny. And in the AMA that happened, I think on Friday, they actually addressed this and basically said that they got the regulatory clearance that it will not be considered as a security if they do this. If anything, it should help because it is more decentralized now. Anyway, what they want to aim here, in my opinion, is that they want to become like a Binance Smart Chain, but with faster transaction times, cheaper transactions, and the network should be more decentralized. I have my doubts, but if they can pull it off, I think there's much more upside to the CRO token than before. And also, they said in the AMA that they expect the transaction cost to be 0.001 CRO per transaction, and one block is about 1 second time. So that's super fast blockchain. And they will start with 3,000 to 4,000 transactions per second, and they're going to increase it to 50,000 transactions per second and above. So after this, I actually asked a question from the CEO, Chris Marsalek, because I wanted to know how easy or hard it will be for projects to actually integrate to the Crypto.com smart chain. So here, I wanted to know if they can actually use the Ethereum virtual machine and Solidity at launch. Unfortunately, Chris did not give me a direct answer, but he said here that the aim here is to skate towards where the puck is going to be instead of where it is today. So Ethereum 2 will actually run something called eWASM, and for here they will actually use the same thing, but they are using the Cosmos equivalent of that, which is the Cosmos WASM, and that's what they are looking at. So what is the eWASM? What is the WASM? eWASM, or WASM based on EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, can leverage improved hardware features and can build a wide ecosystem of tooling and language support. So basically, anyone can write smart contracts in any language, and then it compiles into the WebAssembly. So from this, of what I understand is that yes, it can run Solidity, but you have to do a little bit of mix and matching before it can run there. But projects should be able to actually fork the code from Ethereum projects and run it on the CRO mainnet quite easily. But I don't know if it's that easy or not. So we will have to wait and see how that launch actually goes. But all in all, if that happens well, I think the price potential of CRO is much higher than just what we have seen so far. So this is only up by 100%, while the other smart chains are up by significantly more than CRO. So I don't think many people believe that the CRO can do good. And for that reason, I want to also talk about the Cosmos, because the CRO blockchain is running on the Cosmos. It's like a parachain for the Cosmos ecosystem. And the Cosmos, or the Atom price, is only up by 200% as well. And it is $4 billion market cap. So all in all, Cosmos and the Atom token, I think they will be going up anyway. If CRO goes up and gets a lot of adoption, we will see how that goes. But I think both do have some potential here. But Cosmos, it is basically the backbone of the CRO network as well. That's what I understood. Let me know in the comments if you know more about this. Next, let's talk about the news that happened here. Mr. Wonderful Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary reverses his stance on Bitcoin and says he has invested 3% of his portfolio in crypto. And here he says that he has bought Ethereum and Bitcoin. So that's his investment there. I think this is great because he's a public figure. He's a known influencer in the investment space, often in the news, in the financial news. So this is great that he is into Bitcoin and into crypto. So this further increases the adoption rate, in my opinion. Next, investment firm launches the first crypto hedge fund in Spain and is going to expand across Europe and Latin America. This is great. Next, iTrust Capital which by the way is a company that you can set up a retirement account on and basically trade crypto tax-free in the United States. So if you want to use them, you can use that. I have a referral link somewhere, so you can use that if you want to. But they highlighted this, that the Federal Reserve systems were actually down, and the whole ACH and the wire system went down for a while as well. And that's why crypto is so important, because the systems or the blockchain is never down. So that's pretty interesting that happened there. Next, Bitfinex and Tether, they settled with the New York's Attorney General for $18.5 million. So the Tether FUD, the USDT FUD, has now been cleared. So they do have the backing of the stable coins. So I don't think that FUD should continue anymore, because the lawsuit has now been settled. Next, Square, they buy more Bitcoin. This is great. A lot more adoption. Next, this interview was great with Bankless YouTube channel here with Mark Cuban. So in this video, he basically summarizes 3 things about NFTs, DeFi, and the crypto markets. So the first thing is about DeFi, and he said this is going to revolutionize everything, because there's no need for a bank for personalized banking anymore with the DeFi space. And you can basically have all the different financial services on the DeFi market without intermediaries, and you have direct connections with everything, and you can actually trust the system to work. So that's going to be big. NFTs are going to be big, and he basically crystallized everything for me about NFTs. So the reason why NFTs will be big is because of royalties. So if you are an artist and you currently want to sell your artwork, you only get money for the first sale that you make as an artist. But with NFTs, if the person you sell your artwork to sells it to another person, then you get a royalty from that second transaction, and the third transaction, and the fourth, and the fifth, and so forth. So the big thing about NFTs is not NFTs itself, it is the royalty market behind the NFTs that's going to be big. And that's what, when I understood, like, okay, now I finally get the NFT craze. So that's the craze behind the NFTs. And the final thing that he said is that the biggest projects on crypto are going to be projects that can offer the path of least resistance. So any project that can basically take the complexity out of crypto and make really simple yield for you, or can like give you really simple services on crypto, are going to be the big projects on the market. So that was quite interesting as well. Next, Thailand, they actually went back on the crypto. So basically what they want to do here is majority of Thais are basically banned from trading cryptocurrencies, because you are required to have an annual income of 1 million baht. And this, what I calculated, it's about $32,000. And that's an annual income. It may not sound much, but in Thailand, I think that's a lot of money to actually made by one person. But if you cannot make 1 million baht per month, per year, then you have to have a net worth of 10 million baht or $320,000, not including your own house that you live in. So this is going to ban a lot of people from trading cryptocurrencies and entering cryptocurrencies in Thailand as well. So all in all, not a good improvement in my opinion, or not even an improvement. This is like a regression of things that I saw as well. So that's basically everything from the news. Now let's talk about some of the altcoins. So 1inch, they actually launched on the Binance Smart Chain here as well. And this is again back to the strategy that I was talking about before and the paradigm shift. So the world is going to become cross-chain and multi-chain. So projects that are heavily going towards cross-chain adoption and multi-chain adoption are going to be big in my opinion. And to see 1inch exchange to be one of the first projects to actually do that jump into becoming multi-chain is great. So for that reason, I think the potential of 1inch token is quite high as well. And the price of 1inch token did not jump from this news for some weird reason, even though the trading volume is already pretty high on the 1inch exchange. So here, you can now just select Ethereum network or Binance network, and in the future you can actually bridge tokens through this platform as well. So you can basically transact between Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain using 1inch exchange. So I think this is one of the future protocols that will be super important for people to actually hop on different smart chains out there. And because they have a working product, it is easy to actually trust them. So if we take a look at the 1inch price, you can see it is $3.84, and the market cap is only $370 million. So for that reason, I think there's massive potential, to be honest, in 1inch token. And as you can see, after it went to Binance Smart Chain, it had this pump here, and now this pull back to $3.8. So for that reason, I bought quite heavy bags of 1inch myself. And maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree with this. But I don't buy it because it is on Binance Smart Chain. I buy it because they have now shown that they want to become the hub for this cross-chain transactions and to aggregate the yield, aggregate the decentralized exchanges on multiple smart chains out there. So I think that's gonna be very, very good. Next, Polygon. This is a token that I was talking about before already, but they have a swap here called Quick Swap. So this is running on the Matic network. So here you can earn these quick tokens because this is called Quick Swap, and it is running on the Matic network, like I said. And you can simply deposit liquidity pairs here and start earning these quick tokens. And the price of quick is already quite high, so I don't see that much potential here, and even the price of Matic is already quite high. So if you want to get in here, maybe average in at this time, but this is growing super fast. So if you could take a look at the price of quick, it is $500, and the price chart is actually pretty high already. So it started here about $100, and it is now about $500 here. So you can deposit stable coins here to start farming or do many kinds of things. But what I like here is that the trading volume is now $30 million, and it is growing rapidly, as well as the total liquidity on this exchange is basically going parabolic here as well. So the Matic network is just growing and growing and growing. And if you take a look at the projects running on Matic, you can see a lot of projects here as well. So this is pretty great that it is growing. But the potential, it's hard to say because the Matic already had a very, 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 very wild run. So I would be a little bit careful here with Matic right now. So I don't know. I would like to see another dApp that is launching on Matic network other than QuickSwap. So I'm looking out for that and trying to basically get in at the early stages when that launches. But Matic network is another one that I want to look at. And then, of course, all the projects that I've been talking in the past are still great picks. Celsius network is a great pick, in my opinion. Autofarm, this had a massive dump, like an absolutely massive dump. So if you take a look at the price here, it was $10,000, and now it's about $4,000 right now. So if you are still getting into this one, I think it's great. I've been buying it every single day that it's been going down. Unfortunately, I bought it too soon myself, so my average price is closer to $6,000, but I'm still buying it every single day that I get yield from other protocols. I'm just buying these auto tokens as much as I can, basically. Anyway, those are basically the big opportunities in my opinion right now, but it's hard to say in the future what will be the big projects. But the projects that I'm really looking forward to are cross-chain projects, and projects that are heavily leaning towards the cross-chain future as well. That's basically what I want to see. So Cosmos, the 1inch, and other things out there as well. There's many other ones out there as well. Maybe you want to give me some ideas. Band is a great one as well. The price is really good, of course. Let's see. There's even ones that I'm currently not following that I should be following as well that I need to take a look at. But anyway, these are the same ones as before. And I know a lot of you already bought auto at higher prices like I did. And personally, I was not expecting it to go this low, but this is just insanely good valuation in my opinion. The market cap compared to the total value locked is like 20x right now, 20 to 1, whereas on Uniswap it is 1 to 2, so it's like a 40 times difference between the auto market cap to total value locked compared to Uniswap. So I think it is massively undervalued in my opinion. Anyway, there are many other ones out there in the market, but in the future it will be harder to pick the winners and find the winners. So you have to be in these things a little bit early when they are not big yet. So that's a little bit of a dilemma there. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. There's still opportunity in Binance Smart Chain, but it is getting smaller. And when other smart chains launch, the big ones like Polkadot and Cardano, I think a lot of the liquidity will also flow into other blockchains from Binance Smart Chain. So that's a little bit tough for Binance Smart Chain going in the future as well. Also for Ethereum ecosystem. But if they are good protocols and they really offer a good utility and a good service, then they will succeed in my opinion. And then if they head towards the cross-chain future, then that's a good sign that they may be a good project as well. Anyway, that's everything I had for this video for today, and I hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next video.